Imagine a forest so vast that the trees seemed to touch the sky, their leaves whispering secrets whenever the wind passed through. Sunlight flickered in golden patches on the forest floor, and streams glittered like silver ribbons, winding through tall grass. Birds sang melodies that sounded like laughter, and deer leapt gracefully across clearings. But as beautiful as this forest was, it lived under a heavy shadow, a shadow that took the form of one powerful, fearsome creature, a lion. His roar thundered through the trees like rolling drums, and every animal knew that when the lion was hungry, no one was safe. The lion was not just strong, he was greedy. Day after day, he hunted without mercy, taking more animals than he needed. The once happy forest had grown silent. Families of rabbits, deer, foxes, and birds whispered in fear. Even the streams seemed to run more quietly, as though afraid to draw attention. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and red, the animals gathered in a secret meeting under the giant banyan tree. They huddled together, their voices trembling. "What are we to do?" a deer whispered. "If the lion keeps hunting like this, soon none of us will be left." A wise old tortoise slowly lifted his head. "Perhaps we must make a deal with him," he said. "If we promise to send him one animal each day, maybe he will stop his endless hunting." The animals shivered, but at last they agreed. It was the only way to save their forest. The next morning, they approached the lion's den. He was lying on a rock, his mane shining in the sun like fire. His eyes glowed as sharp as blades. "Great king of the forest," the animals said, bowing low, "we beg you to listen. If you promise not to hunt us at random, we will send you one animal every day as your meal. This way, you need not trouble yourself, and the rest of us will be spared." The lion thought, his tail swishing slowly. At last he grinned, baring his teeth. "Very well. Bring me a feast every day, and I shall not chase you. But if you fail—" His roar shook the ground. "I will take as many as I please." The animals agreed, though their hearts trembled. And so, each day, one unlucky creature was chosen. The lion grew fat and lazy, for his meals arrived without effort, but the forest remained quiet and tense. One morning, it was the rabbits' turn to choose a sacrifice. The rabbits huddled together, their soft ears drooping. How could any of them stand against the lion? Just then, a small, clever rabbit with bright eyes and a quick smile stepped forward. "Let me go," he said. "But trust me, I have a plan." The others gasped. "You? You're so small. The lion will swallow you in one bite." The rabbit only twitched his whiskers. "Sometimes the smallest creature can outsmart the mightiest beast. Leave it to me." And so, with nervous hope, the rabbits agreed. That morning, the clever rabbit took his time. He nibbled on sweet clover, sniffed flowers, and hopped slowly down winding paths. Hours passed, and the sun climbed high. Finally, when it was nearly noon, he hopped up to the lion's den. The lion was pacing furiously. His stomach growled like thunder. When he saw the rabbit, his eyes blazed. "You dare come late? Do you mock me?" he roared. His hot breath made the rabbit's fur quiver. The rabbit bowed low. "Forgive me, mighty king. It was not my fault. On my way here, another lion stopped me. He claimed that he was the true king of this forest and that you were nothing but a thief." The lion froze. His mane bristled. "Another lion? In my forest?" His roar rattled the treetops. "Where is he? Take me to him at once." The rabbit hid a sly smile and nodded. "Yes, my lord, follow me. I will show you where he lives." The rabbit led the lion through the winding forest paths until they reached a deep well filled with clear, shimmering water. Birds perched nearby, singing as the sunlight danced across the surface like liquid jewels. The rabbit stopped and pointed. "He lives down there, inside the well." The lion stalked forward, his claws scratching the earth. He leaned over the stone edge and peered inside. There, In the dark water, he saw a lion staring back at him. The reflection glared, its mane blazing, its eyes fierce. The lion roared. The reflection roared back. He bared his teeth. The reflection bared its teeth. The lion's fury exploded. "How dare you challenge me?" he shouted, leaping into the well. The water crashed and splashed high into the air. Birds scattered in alarm. But soon, the forest grew silent again. The lion had drowned, defeated not by claws or strength, but by his own anger and pride. The little rabbit hopped to the edge, peering down with a twinkle in his eye. Then he hurried back to the waiting animals. When they saw him return alive, the animals gasped in disbelief. "What happened? Where is the lion?" The rabbit stood tall, his whiskers twitching proudly. "The lion will trouble us no more. He was defeated by his own reflection." The forest burst into cheers. Birds sang freely, deer leapt with joy, and even the old tortoise clapped his shell. For the first time in many moons, the forest was safe again. From that day on, the animals remembered the bravery and cleverness of the little rabbit. They learned that wisdom and courage could be stronger than brute force, and that even the smallest among them could protect the many. And the clever rabbit? He simply smiled and went back to nibbling clover, happy that his home was free once more. Pride and anger can lead even the strongest to their downfall. True power lies not in size or strength, but in cleverness, patience, and courage. And so the forest lived happily once again, thanks to the clever little rabbit. If you enjoyed this magical tale, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more enchanting folk tales. And press the bell icon so you never miss the next adventure. If you were one of the animals in the forest, what clever idea would you have come up with to stop the lion? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas.